What up, y'all? So if you're looking for a cool little weekend little activity to do, make some kettlebells, kind of walk you guys through it. So pretty much all you need is like three main ingredients. You need a container. Fish bowls work pretty well. The price on these things has like skyrocketed out since the Rona, so it's kind of hard to get sometimes still. Or you could just use it's like an old protein container. I've used Carbogain bottles before. Those look pretty good. You need some PVC. Okay, I'm using a 1-inch PVC. And some concrete. So I've seen guys use quick sitting concrete, but the concrete I got is like extra strength because I made a few before in the past. Like this 20, and it's held up pretty good. So I'm gonna try to make another 20. If you're curious about the weights, it's about every half gallon is 10 pounds. So this 1 gallon kettle or fish bowl will be 20 pounds. Yeah, I got my hands all the way up to a 3 gallon one. That big, my big boy, but I got a 10, 20, 40, and a 60. I've been trying to find a gallon and a half or a 30 for a minute, but I just haven't been able to find one. So we're gonna walk you through putting this thing together, my boy. So pretty much step number one is just measuring the PVC. I've done a couple different types of like designs for the handlebar, but freaking PVC, the price of PVC has gone up a lot too, so I'm gonna try to get the most out of it. I'm just gonna do a simple design on this one. It's gonna be just 30 inches, so we're gonna cut that into 3, make a little triangle out of it, and then we'll figure it out that way. We'll see how it goes. I've kind of done it a little bit different before with like a triangle with kind of 2 long prongs at the end. You can kind of see on the 40 right here. It's pretty much just a triangle, but then I bent these down to kind of reach the bottom, which works pretty good, but I kind of wish I would have went a little shorter from this. If I would have went down a little bit, it's a little rough when you try to like rack it on your wrists. It's kind of a little too long, but for its purpose it works really well, and they've held up pretty good. Had these for about a couple years since I made them. So yeah, so step 1, measure. We're going to try the 10-10-10 method, see if it works. And then after that we're going to work on pretty much filling up the PVC with a little bit of the concrete. So you don't want to overstuff it, but you just want to put a little bit of the concrete sand in it so it can hold its shape while we melt it. Okay, so that's the next step, is just bending it. So you could pretty much do it on any hard surface. You're just gonna bend it to get the triangle shape. Then you're gonna want to get a bunch of nails, shoot them into the end that's going to be inside the concrete so it has something to grab onto, and then we're just going to mix the concrete and fill it. So pretty much all you need is PVC, concrete, your fish bowl, and then we're going to tape the ends. I'll show you how to do that. Shoot it with some nails, and then spray paint if you want it to look nice. Cardboard so you don't mess up stuff your floor when you're spray painting it or you're mixing your concrete. And if you want to make it easy, get yourself a little PVC cutter right here. Let's get it. Okay, so step 1, I measured this thing out 10 inches, 10 inches, 10 inches, and then I put an inch on the inside and measured it to kind of give myself a little room where I'm going to bend it. Hey. So then we're just gonna get your PVC cutter. You could like pretty much cut PVC with anything, but started making a few of these, so I'm like, it's worth it. It's worth it just to get this thing, so I'm gotta keep kind of struggling to do it. And you just pretty much just ratchet this thing Boom. That easy instead of having like, you can get a string or I've used a saw before, but it's real messy. This is just super easy. Boom, boom, boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, so do that, measure it, and now you're gonna tape off one end with some duct tape and then fill up the other end with a little bit of concrete. Not too much. If you overfill it, when you look to bend it, it's gonna bust. So you just want a little bit to help it keep its shape so it's nice and solid when you pick it up. I think I have one where I didn't fill it and it kind of feels weird. It just feels more solid when you fill it in. Okay? I'm gonna fill this thing up and then bend it. I had to fix the formula a little bit, so I tried to do the 10-10-10. It came out a little long, so it worked out for the Carbogain bucket. Check it out, and it looks like that. I had to bend it extra, so it worked perfect for that. But I was able to bend a couple more, and I just did 8-8-8 instead. So I think that'll go deep enough. Shoot it with some nails. And then I got two little baby ones we're gonna fill up too. See how much these come out to. A couple of them, I cracked them a little bit, but it's okay. As long as it's not like super duper messed up. Let's see. Got this stuff. JB Weld plastic bonder, high strength structural adhesive, 15 minutes, black. Boom. This stuff works really good for like plastic to bond it. I've used it for the little water weights that I have too. After a while, those things will bust at the seams. My daughter's little pool, and it works. It seals up all the plastic. So I'll go ahead and mix some of this up. Apply it to the parts where it cracked a little bit, and then pretty much you see everything that's like submerged in the bowl. We're gonna fill that with just a bunch of nails up in there, so the concrete has that metal to grab onto and it'll make it really sturdy. Like you see, had these for a couple years now. Solid. Been using them like every day for a couple of years, so they're still going strong. All right, one other tip. I used the PVC cutter to kind of come on top and cut into the top of this. If it's nice and round like this, you're not gonna wanna, I mean, the concrete will come up to this part, but you're gonna want to take that part off anyway, because when you flip it, it's gonna hit your wrist and it's gonna hurt. So it's gonna help you get it deeper in. Boom, 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 like that when you cut into it. So it just makes things easier. The little PVC cutter. Alright, so it took a lot of tweaking, but we finally got our couple of shapes done. We're gonna, what you're gonna do next is get your shapes, and we're gonna shoot these guys halfway through. Some pretty long, where are these? 2.5 inch screws right here. So we should have them sticking out halfway, so it has so the cement has something on to grab onto. Boom, 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 and kind of just go until it fits underneath, and then we'll be ready to mix and pour the cement, Papa. All right, here we go. Got it all nailed up. Okay, see that? And we cut this open with the PVC cutters to give us some space so we can get the handle in a little deeper. Boom, just pop it in just like that, and that should be enough for the cement to grab onto the metal, be nice and sturdy. And then pour this up, and then don't worry about the plastic, because we're gonna end up like cutting it off anyway at the end. You can melt it off with a lighter, and yeah, so it should look like. All right, so we got all of our containers ready to go. And got the bucket of cement. We're gonna mix it up. So you want to make it the perfect consistency on this thing. You don't want to make it too wet because it'll take forever to dry. Doesn't really matter. Summertime it's going to be hot, but you don't want it to be too dry. You don't want it to be too thick. You just want everything to be moist enough. And then we're just going to let this thing sit. We're going to mix it all up. Got some cardboard just in case you don't mess it up. And for when we spray paint later, let's get it. Alright, so we're filling this dude up. As you can see, there's a little bit of pockets up in here. Put that back. So we're going to use our handy dandy Tim Tam to kind of vibrate. Hopefully it'll get things moving. Cool. Okay, so we filled it up. There were some air pockets. If you have air pockets, you're going to try to jam this dude into the floor a little bit. If you got a little, maybe you got a rubber hammer, a rubber mallet, you want to hit this dude. Or if you got a Tim Tam, boom, you just hit this guy and it'll fill up all the cracks. Before we had some bubbles up in here. Now it's looking good. Now, just going to let this one set, put it on the sun, and finish our other bells. Papa. Kettlebell's been drying for like maybe a day, almost a day, full day, 24 hours. Now I'm working on popping these guys out of the molds. So I got these two out. See, they're still a little wet, but give them another day or two and they'll dry up all the way. Yeah, so this is like probably the hardest part besides measuring, just getting them out. So I try to what I'll do is, if you have a torch, make a little hole. It won't mess up the concrete or anything, but that'll help you kind of get the knife in here, and you're just gonna want to leverage it up. It's gonna make the plastic a little brittle too, so it's gonna be easier to bust it out. You just don't want to step into the kettlebell. You want to just slice it in and then kind of just drive it up this way and slowly work your way up. Pretty much what you want to do is just go down one side and then flip it, go down another, and you could just crack it open, and it's easier that way. You got what I mean? Alright, so we got them all busted out. Lighter they get, that means the drier they are. So we did the extra strength, so it probably takes a little longer to dry. But I mean, overall they look pretty good. Pretty solid. For the round ones, what you want to do is hit this with the hammer a little bit to take the edge off, because when you flip it, it's going to mess up your wrist, your forearm area right there. So just hit it before it gets too hard, because you can do it after, but it's a little hard. So smooth it out, so now it's good to go. So I'm going to let these dry for another day or so, and then we'll paint them. Alright, check it out. This guy's been drying outside of the case. Another thing I'd say to do is, once you take them out, just go ahead and once you see they start getting all gray and dry, it's good. But you want to make sure that the bottom's dry too. So lay them on the side so the sun can hit it. Probably for the rest of the day, and then maybe at the end of the day I'll spray paint these bad boys and they're ready to go. Alright, so we got these guys all spraying it up, spray painted up. Now let's weigh these bad boys, see how much they come out to. So first little one, 11.6. Not bad, clear it out. Let's aim for these to be about 10 pounds. This one is 13.2. Okay. This is the 1 gallon. This should be about 20 pounds right here. Clear it out. 20.8. Nice. And this bigger one, last time I did it, it was 40 pounds. 36.6. Not bad. Alright, so I got these guys all dried up. Did one more coat of black. And then you can just make yourself a little stencil like I did here. Cut this guy out. X for the 10, L for the 50. So I got a 10, 10, 20, and a 40 right there. Okay, so last part of the kettlebell video. Just wanted to show you guys finished product right here. Got the two light ones. These are about 10 pounds, a little bit over. I think this one came in a pound under. I didn't fill the PVC on this one just to see how it felt. Definitely feels a little light in the handlebar, but it still works. But I mean, the PVC came out a little wonky on this one, but this one came out really nice. This is 8 inches all across, so 8 inches for the 3 parts on that one, and then the 20 came out really nice too. Smoothed out the edges while the cement was still soft, so when you flip it, it doesn't bang up your wrist. If you had that lip, it would dig into your wrist and it would mess you up. And then the 40 came out really nice too. This one, I think we did this one a little different. This is the one we did the 10 inches, 10 inches, 10 inches. Just so it could get a little longer, just so we can get to the bottom of this thing. But I actually think I could have got away with just the 8 inches that we were doing. So next time, for the next run of kettlebells, if I do more kettlebells, I'll probably just do that. So I'll try to put more information all in the description box, all that good stuff. I might have forgot a step or two, but let me know if you go ahead and try this. If not, if you need some help, holler at me, and I'll try to troubleshoot this thing with you. Saikou MMA, kettlebells, do it yourself. I've had a couple of my old set for maybe 2-3 years going on now, and they're super solid. I use them every week, almost every day, and they're going strong. So, boom, check it out.